been known this information. This is not something new. We're just presenting it so people could see how behind they are in their studies, that they don't know what they're talking about. Get off the damn social media trying to be a scholar and go study, because you don't know what you're talking about. And we know what we're talking about because we've been studying. Moors ain't just been in the house yesterday. People just start deciphering COVID and now they're the number one decipher guy all of a sudden. And you're listening to them. And then you're sending their stuff to me as if, why am I listening? This guy came yesterday. Why are you sending this to me? Why are you putting that in the DM? Why are you sending this? Why are you sending me Umar Johnson? For what? What he gonna say for me? Why are you sending me Rizza Islam? What are you gonna say? He said we Moors? No? I don't hear nothing he's saying. He's sending that stuff in this DM. We don't want to hear any of the BS. Stop the BS. Going back to this damn thing with this 6-point star, 5-point star, which one is the Moorish one? Are you a Moor? No. So how the hell you know? You're not even a Moor. You don't even proclaim, well, I'm a Moor by bloodline. Okay, so if you're a Moor by bloodline, what's your nationality? Well, what do you mean, well? What do you mean you're going to make up something? Same thing with this damn 6-point star BS. We studied from the masters years ago. Years ago, we studied from the masters. Just so I can show you this. The First World Order. Email Bay. To a good brother, Grand Sheikh of Canaanland Moors. We connected from the first meeting. I've been moving divinely ever since. Dr. Alim El Bey, the master teacher. Our master teacher. I don't know about any of these other people out here playing around like they're a scholar. Our scholars wrote books. So we'll give you one right here from the master teacher, since you want to play 6-point star and 5-point star games. Let's break down the science to you, so you can stop debating Moors. Don't look at how we look at stuff. How you look at stuff is not the same. We're Moors. We look at things on a whole totally different level than the regular, conscious, black, African, metaphysic, whatever guy looks at it. Just because we say that we're Moors. Whole different perspective. Right? The 6-point star is a symbol as ancient as time itself, having been utilized by the elders who walked with men in Genesis 6 in the days of Mu. The elders were the teachers who formed the first mystery schools of learning to teach the children of earth. The center of the 6-point star symbolizes the spinal cord. So don't tell me some BS about somebody using a star on a flag and that means something. No, it doesn't. How does a flag have to do with a spinal cord? This is metaphysics. This is divine and national mixing. When we look at the 6-point star, the 6-point star is 2 triangles, one facing up, one facing down. The center of that symbolizes the spinal cord. The sustainer of this realm is the pineal gland, and he is surrounded by his 12 disciples. Right? So you have the pineal gland, right? And then you have the 12 disciples, right? You have the 12 disciples. Pineal gland, the 12 disciples. All right? Now, if you would study, you would know that the 12 disciples make a circle, and that a 6-point star in a circle is Anahata, or the heart chakra. And then the 12 disciples that are going around the 6-point star, the 12 disciples are actually the petals of the flower in the symbol of Anahata. We're more scientists. We're scientists. It's not just a 6-point star on a paper. It's all abstract. Don't let them get you caught up in this being some external, outside of yourself, whatever. That's how we lose. Because once you put it outside yourself, you just killed it. Once it manifests outside yourself, well, you just killed it. All is mind. Telling you, the 5-point star, and again, that was the great brother, First World Order. Probably 100 notes for this book. So give up a Jordan, give up one shoe to get this book at least. At least do that. Especially since you're just sitting home in the house. Right? Sacrifice one pair of Jordans and get yourself the First World Order. Or sacrifice a Yeezy or a frickin' belt or whatever it is that people buy. Forget that. Get some knowledge. Alright. Great Seal Bylaws. Again, this is Moors. This is not some you're black, so you know about this. No, you know, you never ever heard about this ever. This is Moors. The First World Order book is dralimlbay.com. And then the Great Seal is for Moors who came up Great Seal. These were the quote-unquote lessons. CMB, Clock of Destiny. And this is all the stuff that he's teaching in his books. Why they never let you know about Charles Mosley Bay. Now you know about all these other black guys. But you don't know about Charles Mosley Bay? Who he got stuff filed in the Library of Congress? You don't know him? Alright. How much of those black guys have something filed in the Library of Congress? Historical. With regard to whatever fraud it is that they're pushing on the people is our identity. How many of them? I bet you go there, there's only more stuff you find in there. And free people. But the 6-point star, people are ranting and raving about. It's the Hebrews and that's theirs. No, it's not. This is more science. Not Hebrew, Israelite, anything. This is more science. It's not some Jew, Star of David or whatever. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. This is your science that they slapped out of you and left you in darkness. Why they call you black? Because you're dumb. You don't even know yourself, talking about your conscious. You don't know jack. You don't even know the 6-point star is yours and how to activate it. Again, that's heart chakra. And what Noble Drew Ali tell the Moorish first principle is? Love. Oh. How is that the heart chakra? Oh, you're late. So, that's 12. That's 2. It's 4. 6. 8. 10. And then that's the petals around Anhata. With the chakra symbols, the different colors, and all of them looks like a flower. Jews don't own this. Jewish don't own this. This is science. How do they own science? How are you owning science? Somebody got to own science? How? You might own the minerals or whatever that science creates, but you don't own science. Science isn't somebody's to claim. The physically perfect man or adept possesses and is master of 7 physical senses, 7 psychic senses. Oh yeah, and this is not some secret whatever. You can Google this stuff and stuff is going to come up. 7 physical senses. Write that down. Look that up. 7 psychic senses. Write that down. Look that up. 7 states of consciousness. So you're going to look up those 7s. Right? Now, remember that when you remove these 2 planes right here, when you remove that, then you have the compass and square with the 7 in the middle. Just remove this line, remove that line, then you have a compass and a square with a G inside it, which is really supposed to be a 7. But 7 and G are relative because G is the 7th letter. So once this, and then 7 is the number of perfection, which is why it's telling you right here, the perfect man. Because the perfect man is one who is 7, which is starting at the heart chakra, raising his vibration to the level of one with God, and being able to tap into the Akashic to retrieve whatever it is you need to retrieve, to do whatever work you're supposed to do on this plane called Earth. The number 7, denoting the completeness of physical life, indicates readiness for transition to a new octave of endeavor. The 6-point star of the Moorish nation is referred to as the quote-unquote Jewish Star of David. And let it ever remind you that the divine Trinity is reflected within you, matter, as shown below, and that the lower triangle must be lifted up until it balances the upper triangle and forms the 6-point star. Note the symbolism. Right? So remember, you're talking about the lower triangle making itself, lifting itself up, balancing itself with the higher triangle. Now, when those two things unify like that, they're going to unify like this. When each is balanced in its own self, and then the completion is this, the pyramid with the eye, and the eye is God, and the pyramid is perfected man. Man at deific life. Man at deific life, to the point where the pyramids are there today, still to show you how deific man can be when him and Allah are one. Remember, we're talking about 6-point star right now. And none of the Jewish guys, none of the Hebrew Israelite guys, none of them are going to tell it to you like this. Why? Because all of them are traitors. Because they all know that we're Moors. We just showed you. The Jewish Harlem guys in the 1920s, they were saying they're Moors. So how come all of a sudden the Hebrew Israelites aren't Moors, and they're against Moors, and they got a Bible now and all this? Tell me they didn't sell you out? Or you really think that they're still your boys? Oh, okay, all right. Keep playing. Keep playing, those are your boys still. Remember, we're talking Jewish star right now. The supreme triangle, the white triangle pointing upward, symbolizes Siva, fire, light, celestial powers, and also the divine trinity in man, ever evolving upward after its incarnation in matter, seeking more expression on a higher level. That's supposed to be you. The reflection, the black triangle, pointing downward, symbolizes the dark waters of chaos in which the divine germ is laid, and also the instability of man's lower nature as unstable water. They never tell it to you like this. How come all the other leader guys that know about 6-point stars always tell you about some Illuminati, that's theirs, or some synagogue of Satan, that's theirs? That's not theirs. That's yours. That's science. How you let them take your stuff, using your stuff against you, and then you have traitors taking the stuff that they're using against you, using it against you, and then you're not calling out these traitors, lying to you? Have you thrown away your own stuff? We know about the 6-point star as Moors. What do you mean? We don't need to put that on a flag or see that on a flag to rep that. We know it's a science. It's a science. It is not some religious crap that you've been hearing people tell you that it is. So if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. I just wanted to get those two references out there for the people who, want to learn something. And people who want to learn something. Alright, looks like everybody got their headshot, their second headshot for the day. Any questions, comments? How's everybody doing out there? Still here, so I guess everything's alright. Could be worse, right? Could be worse. Now we're looking proper. So don't forget, take this time, do some studying, you know what I mean? Make sure you connect with the people you connect with. About to go connect with some people right now. Everybody's safe, so we're good. No, this booklet was just created from CMB's stuff. Circle of Life, Clock of Destiny 1, Clock of Destiny 2, and Zodiac Constitution. It's just like different stuff from different places, not like a book like that. Just printouts of stuff. Different printouts. Drew all these stuff in there just so everything's in one place, because I don't like to hunt around for stuff too much. And this one was Ali Melbay's book. And this is a good, you know what I mean? This is not a soft one. This is a real book. It's a real book. And everything's in here. History, law, science. It's all in here. And lots of different reference points as well. Lots of different reference points. They might be on Amazon, but I would go, look up Dr. Aleem El-Bey. He's on here. And you could send him a DM, personal message, and you can get the book from him. Opposed to go to Amazon and get it and, BS. It might not even been him who put it up there. Might be somebody pulling some game or something. So just be careful. Well, the issue that's going on right now is that all these things that I do on this live thing right here, I have to screen record because it doesn't let me download. No matter if my storage is empty, there's enough space in it, or whatever, push download button, says error every time. Download button's there. Reset phone, take battery out, download, error all the time. The button's there to push it, but so I screen record it. And then the screen record is dumb because you have to it's real time. So because it's real time, the screen record thing picks up everything else going on. So if it's a 40-minute whatever, it's gonna have to be a 40-minute recorded or a 50-minute or whatever. And then sometimes that even messes up. It only records 20 minutes, but it doesn't ever say I'm done recording or I stopped or whatever. So it'll be running and then you realize and then only half got recorded and it just turns into, this is what they're doing. Make the 4G look like it's not working good so they could have a reason to do the 5G. So you realize all your stuff's not working too good and stuff's slowing down and when you search things aren't coming up how they used to and all types of weird stuff is coming up and all that. You know that there's something going on. I know there's people out there with questions. I don't know how much time we got. There's no countdown yet. But if you got any questions, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to ask questions to them more and they're gonna ask you for a consultation fee. I'm telling you. Better take your free one while you got it. Because these Moors out here tripping right now. Tripping. Can't go anywhere. They can just make it from the couch. Tripping. Last I heard, 500 for a consultation with a Moor about something Moorish. Wow. Times must be hard for people. Moors biting into their flesh like Drew Ali talk about. Blood coming out and stuff. So I know all this waving going on. People have questions. But maybe not the people who know something. Because, this is just, most times, this is just for the Moors to connect with each other. Everybody at once, opposed to having the damn, oh, you got the Aquarian Gospel. Did you get the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple? For walnuts, whether you're a brother or sister. But if you purchased the Aquarian Gospel, did you already have, or have you purchased the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple? So what you're going to realize is that up until the chapter of Noble Drew Ali talking about the Asiatic nations, talking about Egypt, the capital dominion, talking about the origin of Christianity and all that, how come that's not in the Aquarian Gospel? If Noble Drew Ali plagiarized, then did Levi Dowling leave that out on purpose? The last 4 chapters of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple? Because if he got it from the Akashic records, then he should have got everything that Drew Ali got. So if he went to Akashic records and pulled down whatever he pulled down, then Drew Ali should have went up there and pulled down the same stuff that he got. Because the same Akashic records is not no special, extra section that Levi Dowling knew about that Noble Drew Ali didn't know about. For God's sakes, Noble Drew Ali has melanin. I think he has a little easier access to the Akashic records than the guy came out the cave. The guy came out the cave could go to the Akashic records before a brother. And we're not talking about dumb nigger brother either. We're talking about somebody who, is studied or whatever. Really? I don't know. But, whatever. They say whatever. You know what I mean? I saw that question there, Mutadi. Is proclaiming your nationality a mindset first or paperwork first? Well, we say paperwork first. Because, again, it's people got to make it from the couch right now, so they'll sell you whatever. And if you go from paperwork first, you might end up buying some paper that is really not going to be in your best interest. Why? Because you bought it. And if it's your birthright, it can't be sold or you can't buy it. So as soon as you bought it, you canceled your birthright. Why do dark-skinned people talk in third person when talking about Moors? All that's part of the witchcraft they got our people under. When they say the zombie movie, all the zombies are the black guys. Just walking around aimlessly, walking into stuff and doing all types of madness. Because they don't know their self. So when they read, and then you can credit this to their nigger leaders. When they read, all they read about is African and black from their nigger leaders. So when they get a book and they see Moor or they see Saracen or Arab or whatever, they're not connecting that to themselves. So they look at those people as over there, which is that third person perspective. Because they should be really internalizing it all. Social engineering. This is why we say that, what we're presenting is the key. that you're breaking the social engineering. And then once the social engineering is broken, you have Noble Drew Ali's lesson, which is to teach you to love instead of hate, which starts with yourself, which starts correcting the social engineering psychosis that's been put on our people. Because I always knew, even younger without this knowledge, that I'm brown, I'm not black. Like, I knew that, but there was something that made us still do the black. There was nobody holding me down telling me to say I'm black or whatever. I was willingly saying I'm black when I'm brown. And I come into this information and then I'm looking at it from the third person. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it from the person looking back at the person saying the Moors over there. Looking at him like, you pointing over here like you're not a Moor. But it can't even be that they're getting anything, because what they're getting is nothing. It can't be that they're getting anything because King Alfred Plan already said those people are going to get unseated at once as soon as the stuff happens. They're going to be just like anybody else. So, you know what I mean? They can't do it for the stuff they get. You know? Like, who knows? It doesn't even make sense. What are you getting? If they're telling you, yeah, sell out, but we're going to kill you anyway, and you still sell out, then it's not them anymore. You know, I don't know what their agenda is. You should probably go ask those people at Savior's Day or something, put up your hand and ask them, hey, how come you guys ban fezzes? Just want to know in the open. And whatever happened with that letter from Ava Muhammad about the Moorish stuff? See what they say. So are they saying that Drew Ali got his information from Levi? Yes, that's what all the traders and the, you know, they're basically trying to make it look like he isn't who he says he is, basically. That some European has more spiritual clout than Noble Drew Ali, who's a brother. Fez is only inappropriate for women if she lets some patriarchal pimp guy convince her of that. Because if the fez represents the womb, then how could a man tell you you can't wear that? And why would a man tell you you can't wear that? Where is he at? If he's telling you, no, you can't wear a fez. Oh, but he's not going to go say nothing to those Eastern stars, though. Or those MGT, those NOI, those early NOI that used to wear fezzes. Ain't debating them. They'll debate Moors all day, every day. Always debating Moors. Well, I mean, you know, when you talk about reincarnation of Jesus and reincarnation of and all that stuff, you're getting into waters where, you know, people might stone you up on a wall or something like that. So, we look at it like the message that Noble Drew Ali brought was like Jesus and Muhammad and Buddha and whatever. The message. Not that he is them here now or whatever like that. You know, there's deeper information